let's do this. Okay. Hi. Today I wanted to tell you, as I promised, the difference between present simple and present continuous. Easy, but very important. So let's start from the basic. What is simple and what is continuous? Simple means something that just happens. We use present simple when we need to tell something like I go to school every day, I wear jeans every day, I drink tea every day. So we use present simple with these three cases. Habits or routines is something that you used to do. You used to do it. You do it every day. I wear jeans every day, I drink coffee every morning, I go to work 5 days a week. So it's a habit, routine, whatever. Second point is facts, facts of life. For example, water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. That's a fact, physics, that happens. And feelings and emotions. I love chocolate ice cream, or I hate coffee, something like that, because you hate it every day or you love it every day. So we use special words to mark present simple, words like every day, always, usually, often, but let's try to define them and how often should we use them. So let's take a look. I have some percentage here. So you can see that always is the action that happens 100% of the time. So for example, I always study after class. Good job, 100%. 80% is usually. I usually walk to work. Good, okay. 80% is generally. Generally, 80% of the time, what can happen? I generally get good marks. That's a good point. 70%, often or often. I often read at bed at night, 70% of the time, not all the time. 50% is sometimes. Pretty understandable. Sometimes I sing in the shower. Not true, but good point. 30% occasionally. I occasionally go to bed early. That's true. 10% seldom. I seldom put salt on my food. So I don't put salt on my food 90% of the time, and 10% of the time I do put salt on my food, so it's seldom. 5% is hardly ever, so almost never. That's not a word. 5%, so I hardly ever get angry, or I hardly ever drink alcohol. Okay, and 0% is never. So never, I don't know, vegetarians never eat meat. That's okay. So these are the markers of present simple. So they show us when do we use present simple. So how do we use present simple? How is a key word here. So I drink tea every day. That's just simple sentence. So we have just the word every day here that tells us that this is a routine, habit, something that happens quite often every day. So that's present simple, obviously. And usually we don't have anything but this word that tells us that this is present simple in just sentence. However, In the question or sentence with not, with negative sentence, we see auxiliary verb. And this auxiliary verb means present simple. So, do you drink tea every day? Yes, I do. No, I don't. And I don't drink coffee at all. I never drink coffee. We use auxiliary verb. When do we use this auxiliary verb? We use them depending on the pronoun. Pronoun is I, you, we, they, he, she, it. So for this, proverbs. Sounds like perverse. We use do. I do, you do, we do, and they do. But for he, she, it, we use does. He does, she does, it does. And there's one special thing that everyone usually forgets. Not usually, always forgets, is S in this situation. So, in a question or a negative sentence, we have the auxiliary verb does. So, he doesn't drink coffee. Does it rain here? Or does she like tea? But in just a plain sentence, we have he likes tea, she likes tea, everyone likes tea, or it rains here quite often. So S is the most important, and it always happens here. He, she, it. Always here. So now present continuous. Present continuous we use at these situations. When we are talking about something that is happening at the moment of the speech. So, as I speak, something is happening. I am sitting on the couch and I am speaking to the camera. It is happening now. Cars are driving outside my house. It's happening now as I speak. And the second thing is temporary situations. So, for example, if you have a job and you don't like it, you can tell that I'm working at this company right now, but I'm not going to work there in 2 months, for example. So this situation is temporary. It's not going to be for you all the time. It's just for a certain period of time, for a couple of months, maybe for a couple of minutes. Who knows? Depends on situation. Okay, and the words that mark present continuous are now and at the moment. So that's simple. I mean simple, not present simple. The question is, what's the difference between present simple and present continuous? And what is important is that the meaning is different. For example, you have a question, what do you do? And the question, what are you doing? Questions are really similar. They might sound similar, but they actually not. They have a different meaning. What do you do means what is your job or what is your profession? What do you do for a living? It is present simple, and it means that what do you do every day for your life? And the question, what are you doing, is what are you doing right now as we speak, or what are you doing in this temporary situation in your life, whatever it may be. So if you ask somebody, what are you doing, and forget that it means what are you doing now, but you want to ask what do you do, people may be confused. What do you really want to know right now, and what are you asking? So it's important to remember that if you are talking about something that happens in general, something that happens every day or usually, it is simple and you have to use simple, present simple constructions. But if it's something that is happening now and at the moment, you have to use present continuous. Otherwise, people will not understand what do you mean, and anything can happen. So that's the most important difference. So I hope it was helpful for you, and if you have any troubles, you can always ask me. Bye.